Welcome back to Motor Madness, the ultimate destination for classic car lovers and gearheads. Today, we're taking a trip back in time to explore one of the most iconic compact cars to ever hit the road, the 1970 Honda Civic. A car that redefined practicality, efficiency, and reliability, and marked Honda's bold entry into the global automotive market. Let's dive into a full breakdown of this legendary machine, covering its exterior design, interior comfort, driving performance, and how it stacks up in today's collector market. Starting with the exterior, the 1970 Honda Civic was a breath of fresh air in the middle of an era dominated by large, gas-guzzling American sedans. With its compact proportions, simple lines, and utilitarian charm, the Civic stood out by not trying to be flashy. Instead, it focused on being efficient and accessible. The body was clean and minimalistic, with round headlights and a slim chrome grille giving it a friendly, unassuming face. At just under 140 inches in length, the Civic was incredibly small by today's standards, but that compact size made it perfect for navigating tight city streets and squeezing into small parking spots. The hatchback version, which became particularly popular, featured a sharply sloped rear window and a rear liftgate, offering decent cargo flexibility for such a small car. Even the two-door sedan had a tidy, balanced look that suggested purpose and thoughtfulness in the design. Steel wheels, modest chrome accents, and simple bumpers rounded out the package, reinforcing the Civic's image as a no-nonsense, practical commuter car. It wasn't a head-turner in the traditional sense, but its honesty and functionality gave it a charm that enthusiasts still appreciate today. Moving inside, the 1970 Civic's interior was all about simplicity and functionality. You won't find luxury materials or advanced tech here, but that was never the goal. Instead, Honda focused on delivering a clean, uncluttered cabin that offered everything you needed and nothing you didn't. The dashboard was straightforward, with easy-to-read analog gauges and large, functional knobs for climate control and radio operation. The steering wheel was thin and light, perfectly suited for the car's lightweight build, and visibility was excellent thanks to the tall greenhouse and thin pillars. Despite its small footprint, the Civic's interior was cleverly packaged. The front seats offered surprising comfort for the time, with enough padding and support for daily drives. Rear seat space was a bit tight, as you'd expect, but still usable for short trips or smaller passengers. The trunk, while compact, was deep enough to carry groceries or a small suitcase, and the hatchback version provided even more flexibility with the rear seats folded down. What really made the 1970 Honda Civic shine, though, was how it performed on the road. Under the hood, the Civic came with a 1.2-liter inline-4 engine that produced around 50 horsepower. That might not sound like much, but keep in mind the car only weighed about 1,500 pounds. That meant it was light on its feet, nimble around corners, and surprisingly fun to drive. The engine was paired with a 4-speed manual transmission that delivered crisp, smooth shifts, and there was also an optional 2-speed Honda-matic transmission for those looking for more convenience. The Civic wasn't built for speed. It had a top speed of around 85 miles per hour, but what it lacked in outright performance, it made up for in fuel economy and drivability. It returned an impressive 35 to 40 miles per gallon, which was a huge selling point during the 1970s fuel crisis. The car's light steering, compact size, and tight turning radius made it incredibly easy to drive in urban settings. And thanks to Honda's reputation for engineering, the Civic was also dependable, with low maintenance costs and a long lifespan when properly cared for. Braking was handled by front disc and rear drum brakes, which were more than adequate for a car of this size and weight. Suspension was independent in the front and a torsion beam setup in the rear, offering a balance of comfort and handling that was more refined than many of its competitors at the time. Now, let's talk about the current market and what it takes to own a piece of this history today. The 1970 Honda Civic is becoming a sought-after classic, especially among JDM enthusiasts and collectors who appreciate its historical significance. Prices can vary widely depending on condition, originality, and mileage. A well-preserved, fully original example can fetch anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000, while a fully restored, showroom-quality Civic might command closer to $25,000 or more. On the other hand, Project cars and rough examples can still be found for under $5,000, making it an accessible entry point for anyone looking to get into classic car restoration. What's truly remarkable is that the Civic laid the foundation for what would become one of the best-selling and most respected nameplates in automotive history. It proved that small cars didn't have to be disposable or boring, they could be reliable, efficient, and even enjoyable to drive. The 1970 model may not have all the bells and whistles of today's Civics, but it delivered on the core values that continue to define the brand: quality, simplicity, and smart engineering. So if you ever get the chance to see one in person, or better yet, drive one, take it. It's a reminder of how far the automotive world has come, and how sometimes, going back to basics is what truly stands the test of time. Thanks for watching Motor Madness. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the classic 1970 Honda Civic, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more vintage car reviews and automotive history. See you next time.